You get $100.000 if you can name something that no one has a fetish for. What is your answer? The official building code of the city of Detroit. Adopted March 17, 1936. Effective April 17, 1936. I have a copy of it right here. The number 5 sextillion 839 quintillion 105 quadrillion 810 trillion 443 billion 822 million 751,115. Wow. I just made my wife dress up as 5 sextillion 839 quintillion 105 quadrillion 810 trillion 443 billion 822 million 751,115. That's a hot little number you're wearing right there. Get out. Yes, I quite agree. You could say, his number is up. Okay, I'm leaving too. Unskippable ads. Unskippable 30 seconds ad. It's finally my time. Unzips. Let's face it, even the skippable ones work in a pinch. Depends on your browser history. Sex a fetish requires the gratification to be abnormal. Edit. Thanks for all the rewards. Edit 2. A lot of people are claiming that if we restrict our sample to Redditors, virgins, ace people, highly religious people, then sex or pleasure from sex may be abnormal. I'd like to say, arbitrarily changing your sample just to reach a certain conclusion is unscientific and wrong. Op been super quiet since this dropped. Is this the end of Op? Find out next time in Dragon Ball Z. Oh, so 3 more episodes? Yep, so about 4 months of reruns away. Don't forget the fillers. This seems like a bait question from a Rule 34 artist. Shh. Redditors. I am sure there is such a thing as a trash fetish, so. Next. Or trashy banners. Bruh. I feel attacked now. Having your feet bludgeoned by a bag of Peruvian coins while an Australian little person in a giraffe onesie tickles your asshole with a feather from an albino canary. That is so specific, that I now think this is your fetish. It is not pay me. It is mine, you lose, good day sir. Please submit proof of this claim or I will be forced to file a lawsuit against you for falsifying records and fraud to deny me payment which I have rightfully earned. Well, I'm having this very session later on this evening, why not pop round and join in? It does not appeal to me, but by your admission of this being scheduled for later tonight you should have no issue providing proof to me. Well, why not go there and see for yourself? That would be sufficient proof, no. Ants wearing high heels walking through watered down mayo. You've clearly never seen Rant Ducker Club. I would say a lagging phone fetish. Like ooh this app froze again, I am so turned on. I believe that falls under the umbrella of masochism, especially edging. Or sadism if it isn't your phone. A pack of cigarettes that's also a calculator. https www.reddit.com Mildly interesting comments Uga 1 found a pack of shkrets thas actualia? Source share it media meosapit namiosmf. It was the post directly under the Ask Reddit question on my feed. Ha. Me. That little spring that's inside of pens. Sounding. I would have paid you $100,000 to not say this. I haven't. Can I have my $100,000? I also didn't say it. Is this the line to get paid? Joining the line here, I take checks. Telecommunications. I think I can stretch a little to include a known case for this. So I used to work at a call center, and among the operators we all knew an infamous weirdo that would constantly call. If a man answered he would drop the call instantly, but if it was a girl he would keep talking and eventually find a way to talk about their feet. It was super weird. Now, you can say he only has a feet fetish, but he really used to call a lot for this, so I would say it might include the telecommunication aspect. Had one of these two at the call center I worked at. There is always some famous customers. We also had a girl that spread a lot of conspiracies and called constantly thinking she was being stalked by the government and that they wanted to take her. And a gentle blind guy that loved to spend time with us and talk. Also one guy who probably talked to every senior available just to be rude and offensive. Escort missions. I literally designed an escort mission as part of an erotic RPG once. Escort. Escort 2. Popcorn ceilings, and if that's your fetish, I'm sorry but we're gonna have to burn you with fire. Both of those options got me turned on. Taxes. Oh, I am 100% positive who gets off on how well they did their tax report. My taxation professor definitely does. Nothing. People are freaks. Someone out there has a fetish for the wildest shit you can think of. Seriously. There was an Amma the other day from a guy that had a Jesus fetish. He got a dominatrix to crucify him and she hit a vein and he almost died. Would it be weirder if they were or weren't religious? I can't tell. Yes. Your mom pay up. Ha. I'm from Alabama. So you lose. Donald Trump naked covered in KCF oil reading War and Peace. That's Marjorie Taylor Greene's fantasy. Except the reading part. Drinking nuclear waste from a cup made of nothing on the sun while an orangutan dances around you, also protecting you from the sun's heat and freezing you to death while simultaneously repeatedly shooting you, where Earth doesn't exist, and you breathe chairs #X200B. Trust me, nobody likes that edit. I realize now how many people like this, including me. Looks like I won't be receiving any money today. Another case of, oddly specific, so it must be your fetish. No money for me then, I guess. I knew a guy who was turned on by thunder. This question is literally impossible. Zeus be looking sexy though, NGL. Erotic bedbug play. I hope so as well. But I have a gut feeling that tells me you are wrong. My expectations for humanity are below zero. Too much time watching the mainstream news? Stay in the warm soapy Reddit bath with the rest of us. Reddit is the reason why I have no faith in humanity. Car warranty scam calls. I'm reaching an extended warranty right now. Ham. Oh wait, I have a ham fetish. Never mind. I respect the honesty. Not having a fetish. Someone who is turned on by not being turned on by anything, which invalidates itself. It is impossible to have a fetish of not having a fetish, so nobody has that. There are plenty of people who fetishize asexual behavior. People don't behave according to purely logical things. Putting the dollar before the number where it belongs. Meg from Family Guy. Having a xylophone mallet shoved up their scrot while being face ducked by a brolic guy in a kitty cat onesie eating Chinese from 2 days ago. Another case of, so specific, it must be your fetish. Sending me money. Prove me wrong. Aluminum siding. Mitch McConnell. I think Terry's plenty of people that would enjoy watching him get ducked. Water levels. Can you see it rise? Oh, and it's so wet. Next. The stuffed pumpkin named Jim that I have in my attic. Make a Tinder account for Jim. Prepare to be horrified. Waiting in line at the DMV. That falls under the masochism umbrella. Flower. Actual simple flower. It's too mundane and shapeless to be fetishized. Something similar might be, but not flowered it. Wrote flower instead of flower once. Up. Their wife. It's only a fetish if it's considered unusual, like all the unusual things people have guessed here. Facing eviction. Could really use the cash. Therese, no way anyone could have a fetish for. People who uses decimal points instead of commas. No one can have a fetish for something that does not exist, as having a fetish for it would therefore make it exist. So there is no fetish for that which does not exist.